Hello and welcome to 3ds Max tutorial number 3. In this tutorial I'll be showing you how to make a sphere, one of the most basic objects in 3ds Max. I'll also be showing you how to manipulate it a little bit. So we'll hit Alt-W in this window here, enlarges it. Go to this panel. This is your creations panel. You can find all of the objects that you can create in 3ds Max in this panel. So you can, there's tons and tons and tons of stuff. But we'll click on the sphere, click anywhere, click and drag. It automatically assigns the color, but you can change the color if you want to later. You let go wherever you feel comfortable with your size. You can later adjust your size by going over here to the radius option. Say set it to 30. And if you want to change your color, you also can go here and say red. Red's cool. You can change your segments, which are these lines here. And adjust it based on if you want, say you want the shape or a really defined sphere. But you don't want to go crazy with this. Like you usually do not want this. You don't want to go with 200 segments, because the more segments you have, the more polys you have. A poly is these little squares and triangles here, and if you have too many of these polys, your computer starts to freak out. And when your computer freaks out, 3ds Max freaks out. And when 3ds Max freaks out, it crashes. And that's not fun because you have to restart it and it takes forever to load. So keep it relatively low. How do you keep track of polys? You hit the 7 key. And when you hit the 7 key, it'll bring up this diagnostic thing right here. So right now in this little scene, I have already 840 polys, which is already a lot. But if you're just manipulating this one circle, it's not that big a deal. If you're creating like 50 circles for your animation, whatever you want to do, that's crazy. So you want to make it lower, and you can adjust those things later. But we'll go ahead and go into this modify tab so you can modify this sphere. When you go into your modify tab, you can also select other objects that are in your scene, but we only have a sphere, so we're going to focus on that sphere. If you hit the W key, you will now be able to adjust the X, Y, and Z position of your sphere. So I can make it go sideways and all that, or I can make it go up and down. You can also change it here with these numbers. Set it right in the middle of your entire scene. If you hit the E key, you can adjust the rotation of the object on the X, Y, or Z axis, or all at once. Let's go ahead and set these all to 0. If you hit the R key, you can adjust the size without going to the radius or just starting out this big. You can adjust it according to the X, Y, or Z axis, or 2 at the same time, or all 3 at the same time. So I can make this really big pancake thing. Or I can just make it really wide. Or another weird pancake thing. If you hit Q, it returns you to a simple thing where if you accidentally click on anything, nothing will happen. That's it for this tutorial. See you next time.